Hello everyone, welcome to a new Plenty video. It is me, Desiree, and I have something today that I've been wanting to share for a while, but for some reason, is that drawer open? That's better. For some reason, I just feel like it's going to be controversial, because the funny thing about plant YouTube is I thought it was gonna be like the best community in the world, but people are mean. People can be so mean when you share how you take care of your plants, because sometimes people forget that these aren't their plants. Like these are my plants. Like I'm not in your house doing this to your plants, but people have no problem telling me that I'm doing it wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the worst plant parent ever. I got a really funny comment on my Hoya video and I was like, dang, this person was really upset at 6 o'clock in the morning to leave me that comment. But anyway, these are my plants, right? I'm not in your house taking care of your plants. If you don't like the way that I take care of them, the way that I'm gonna show you that I water them in this video, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing what I do. You know, I have 200 plants in this house, and if I can make watering like way easier and stress-free, I'm gonna do it. So however you take care of your plants, that's the right way. There's no right or wrong way to take care of your plants. It's all an experiment anyway. You know, care guides I have watched don't work for me, and that's okay, because that's their plant, not mine. So I'm gonna show you in this video how I water 200 plants. This is how I water every single plant, and if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. I'm just here to share my perspective, and if I can help you be a little less stressed with your huge plant collection, that's what I'm here to do. I'm gonna help you be a little less stressed, and the way that I water my plants, it's stress-free. So I'm gonna show you. It's fine if you don't like it. You don't have to do this. I'm just sharing with you what works for me and what works for every single plant that I have. So I'm kind of nervous. Maybe it'll go over well. I have no idea, but I'm kind of nervous because people get very, very upset when you use tap water on your plants, when you use anything but rainwater, as if everyone just has rainwater all the time ready to use. People get very upset with the type of soil. If you say the word Miracle-Gro, people get so mad. It's so weird. Like, what is the big deal? I'm getting very heated. I don't know why. Because I just could see the comments coming already. It's fine. You know what? They're just plants. I'm not bathing your children like this. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get on to how I water my plants. I'm going to take you into the kitchen. So this is the little bucket that I use. It's just one of these like white, I don't know, kind of basins, I guess. I think they call these like a sink bucket or something. I don't really know. I also just use big old Tupperwares, like big storage containers that I don't have anything to store in that big thing. I'll use that sometimes if I have a lot of plants. And what I do is I just fill it with water. Normally I use tap water. Right now I'm using rainwater because we were so lucky to get a ton of rain recently. So let me go grab some water and I'll show you what I do. So I currently have 2 ferns sitting in here that were so thirsty. I went outside and got a little cup of rainwater, and this is what I do. I just pour the water on top of the plants. Sometimes I just fill up the bucket. Like usually the bucket has a lot of water in it. I wasn't paying attention and I spilled the water everywhere. Don't fill them in water, people. And that's pretty much it. I just keep this basin filled with water all the time, and I bottom water every single plant that I have. Unless it's too big for this, I take it outside and I pour water on top of it, or I'll spray it with the hose. But for the most part, I water every single plant this exact way with the same water. I do reuse the water from these plants. The only reason you shouldn't reuse is if you have a suspicion that your plant has a pest. For example, I have an alocasia right now that is dealing with spider mites. I feel like I've gotten them all off, but I'm still very nervous. So I'll water everything that needs water, and the last plant I will water is the alocasia, and then I'll throw the water out. I will not reuse that one because I don't want to take a chance on spreading a pest to my other plants. And in my opinion, there is no wrong way to water your plants. If you're a top waterer, a bottom waterer with the hose, you put them in the bathtub, in the shower, there's no wrong way to do it. Whatever works for you, whatever makes your life easier, that's the right way to do it. You know, whatever works for you is fine. I know people might not like this. They might not like that I'm reusing the water, but These are my plants. I'm not going to your house and doing this. These are my plants, okay? So I love watering like this. It takes away all of the stress. Anytime I have a plant that needs water, I just carry it over here and I stick it in the bin. And how long do I leave them in here? Whenever I feel like it. Sometimes I'll leave them in the whole entire day. Sometimes if it's late in the afternoon or in the evening, I'll just leave them in till the morning. Like, I've had no problems watering my plants this way. It's perfectly fine. I do let my plants get completely 100% dry before I water them again, for the most part. Some plants don't like that, like alocasia and peace lily, maybe syngoniums too. They don't want to be bone dry. But for the most part, and ferns, these ones I kind of forgot. Don't let these get bone dry either. For the most part, I let them get bone dry and then I drench them. Like, they get wet from the top to the bottom. That's why I leave them in so long. And then I can go a longer period of time without having to water them again because they are soaking wet. I never deal with fungus gnats at all, and I think that's because I let the soil get completely dry. The soil is moist all the time, you know? So that's that. And then when the plant is done watering, I have a little drying rack that I put on over here. Let me show you. Don't mind the dishes, it's fine. But I have this rack here that I actually got at Lowe's for $3. It was on clearance. It is super duper sturdy. Like, it feels like it's made of metal that's been coated in a nice plastic. Kind of like a silicone, like a silicone covered, really sturdy metal. Like, I have put some very heavy plants on here and like really heavy like ceramic planters, and it holds up. So I just water the plant and then I put it over here to dry. And that's kind of it. I let them drip dry here. I do have like these little drip tray things that I put the plant on. That way when I put it back on the shelf or wherever it's at, it's not getting water completely on the shelf. And I kind of leave it there till it's dry or till I need this, and then I'll take it off and go use it for another plant. Because I don't like to have every single plant with a drip tray underneath. I kind of just use them till I feel like the plant is dry enough. And that is it. That is my super easy, stress-free way that I water 200 plants. I just keep a basin of water at the counter all the time. You don't have to keep it in the counter. Put it in the garage, put it in your porch. You can put it wherever you want. I just have a lot of counter space here, and then the way that I dry them, it's just convenient to have it there, and it's completely out of the way all the time anyway. There's usually always a plant sitting in that water because something is always thirsty, you know? Having 200 plants, they're never gonna be on the same schedule for watering, so there's usually always a plant sitting in there. Okay, not as bad as it seems, right? Is it okay? I mean, this is what I do, what works for me. So if you don't water your plants like this, let me know how you water them. Do you top water every plant? I don't have the patience for that. I'm not gonna hold every plant over the sink and wait till the water runs through, because I don't feel anything gets like a thorough watering that way. It's just like, I don't know, I just don't like that kind of watering. This works for me and my plants, and I'm never gonna stop. So if you enjoyed this video, if you didn't like it, please don't be mean to me. It's fine, they're just plants. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.